Hey guys, what's up? Today we're talking about X-Men. Marvel just dropped a little bit of the new X-Men 97 series on Disney Plus with a trailer full of news and hints. X-Men the Animated Series, a super popular animated series from Marvel back in the 90s, is getting a sequel. And everyone's really excited. So far we've only seen a few images and had a general idea of what to expect, but this launch trailer was the first time we got to see the X-Men in action in this new phase. The trailer makes it clear that the story will pick up right where the old series left off, shortly after Charles Xavier's death, or maybe he didn't die, right? Anyway, but it also gives us some hints about what's to come for characters like Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean Grey's pregnancy. Who's the father? Even though we know a lot about X-Men 97, it's still kind of a mystery. Little by little, the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. Before we get started, comment down below 3 secrets, 3 Easter eggs, 3 things you noticed in the trailer. Leave comments below. Let's chat, and I'll reply to each one individually. Number 10. Professor Xavier left everything to Magneto after he died. X-Men, the animated series, ended with Charles Xavier seriously injured. The only solution was to send him into space with Empress Lilandra of the Shi'ar Empire. Right at the start of the X-Men 97 trailer, they show scenes from that ending, but it seems like Xavier might have died between that event and the beginning of the new series. A big clue about what happened to Professor Xavier is when they show his will. It's not clear if he actually died or if everyone thinks he did, but what is surprising is the contents of the will. It appears that Xavier left everything to Magneto. This is definitely going to shake up the dynamics of the series, and it'll be interesting to see if Xavier appears again and what Magneto will do in the meantime. Will he be a villain? Will he live up to Professor Xavier's legacy? Comment below. 9. Will X-Men 97 have any ties to the broader Marvel Universe? In a quick moment in the trailer, we see an edition of the Daily Bugle flashing across the screen. The main headline talks about a mutant fashion show, but there are some minor details that show that Spider-Man is part of this universe. In the top left corner is a question, is Spider-Man a mutant? And in the top right corner, some photos are credited to Peter Parker. When this series aired, every once in a while there was a crossover with the Spider-Man animated series. This newspaper might be just a cool reference, or perhaps it's hinting that Spider-Man might show up in X-Men. Either way, it reveals there are more Marvel characters in this world of the series, so why not bring back the Spider-Man series that was so successful? Could you call it Spider-Man 97, for instance? Drop a comment below. 8. X-Men 97 keeps the iconic theme song from the original series. During the trailer, the X-Men 97 logo appears there at the end with a snippet of the theme song from the original series in the background. That song was memorable, so it's cool to see that Marvel decided to keep the best animated music of all time in the new series. This will help give a sense of continuity to the series, even with the series returning after such a long time. 7. Jean Grey is pregnant. The news of Jean Grey's pregnancy is not only a first in X-Men animation, but also in the entire Marvel universe. The Jean Grey of the main universe has never had children from the comics, so we're entering new territory for the character in the series. If Jean has a baby in X-Men 97, it could mark the arrival of a new character in the X-Men universe who has never appeared before in the comics. 6. Marvel has a new animated banner, Marvel Animation. Marvel Studios recently launched the Marvel Spotlight label aimed at MCU productions that can be enjoyed even without a deep knowledge of the Marvel Universe. They've now also created a Marvel Animation label. Though X-Men 97 isn't Marvel's first animation, for instance, we've got What If there. It's the first to use this new label. The creation of a specific logo for animation suggests Marvel plans to invest more in this kind of content soon. Who knows? Other classic series like Spider-Man's animated series may also get a new version with this label. Before I delve into more details, a quick thing: subscribe to the channel and like the video. It helps a lot and keeps you informed. I'm here every day chatting about these topics and keeping you up to date. Your likes and subscriptions help this project grow, and the bigger it gets, the more cool videos I can bring to you. Agreed? Thank you so much for subscribing, for liking, and continuing. Number 5. Does the Hellfire Gala exist in X-Men 97? The Daily Bugle newspaper, which appears in the trailer, provided lots of information in a short amount of screen time. In the top right corner, the newspaper mentions the Hellfire Gala, a Marvel Comics event that's too recent to have been included in the original series. This annual event in the comics often signifies major shifts in the X-Men titles. The Hellfire Gala takes place on the island of Krakoa, which in the comics is a living island that has become a sovereign state for mutants. Each year, Krakoa welcomes non-mutants to experience mutant culture during the event. It's yet unclear whether the Hellfire Gala will be included in X-Men 97 or if it's just a nod to please the comic book fans. Number 4. Is Cyclops stepping into Professor Xavier's shoes? Whether Charlie Xavier is deceased or still in space, the trailer shows he won't be around for a while in the series. In his absence, it looks like Cyclops will assume the leadership role. Cyclops has always played a leadership role in the group, but in the trailer he uses a phrase typical of the Professor: "To me, my X-Men." This suggests that Scott Summer will take on more of Xavier's responsibilities now that he's not present. My hunch here is that Professor Xavier will appear in the final episode, since we've confirmed a second season of X-Men 97. Number 3, the updated animation retains the original feel of X-Men. X-Men. The animated series managed to capture the style of its comic book characters very well. The characters have traits that recall those from the comic books with vivid, striking colors. Even though the animation of X-Men 97 received some updates compared to the original series, they definitely managed to keep the essence of the classic series. Just like the decision to keep the original theme song, the faithfulness in the visuals contributes to the series feeling more like a direct sequel than something totally new. Number 2, several veteran voice actors join newcomers to the franchise. The voice actor team of X-Men 97 brings a nice mix of voices already known from the original series and new to the franchise. We already knew who was going to be part of the cast even before the trailer, but just by listening to the voices, you can get an idea of how each character will be portrayed. There are still some doubts in the air, but the voice actors for Wolverine, Rogue, Beast, Mr. Sinister, and Storm are the same as before. The characters of Ingray, Jubilee, Gambit, and Magneto have new voices. Number 1, Magneto has a new look in X-Men 97. In the trailer for X-Men 97, Magneto looks a bit different than we remember him from the original series. He's not as muscular as he once was, which could suggest that he's not getting involved in as many fights as before, perhaps because he's getting older. He appears thinner and is wearing a suit instead of the traditional uniform, which might indicate that he's possibly trying to take the place of Professor Xavier, especially now that he's inherited everything from Charles. I thought he had a face pretty similar to Saga's from Knights of the Zodiac. Golden Knight and Gemini Jury? Comment below. This could lead to an interesting conflict between him and Cyclops in X-Men 97 because of his change in appearance. Do you have any ideas, questions, or thoughts? Leave them in the comments. I'd love to have a chat about the video's topic. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to stay updated. There are suggestions for the next videos showing up here that totally make sense for you to watch. See you in the next video. See you later.